One of the sneakiest forms of clutter is something we often overlook: paper. It builds up slowly, a bill here, a letter there, until one day your drawers are full, your countertops are buried, and you can find the one document you actually need. If you're over 60, chances are you've accumulated more paper than you realize, but clearing it out now can offer real peace of mind. Take Nora James, for instance. At 75, she had always considered herself organized, but when she tried to locate a recent insurance policy, she found herself knee-deep in old receipts, expired warranties, tax returns from the 80s, and unopened mail dating back years. Frustrated, she made the decision to take back control of her paperwork. What started as a small cleanup turned into a full-scale transformation. With a shredder, some file folders, and determination, she managed to reduce her paper load by more than half. Here's the thing: most of the papers we keep, just in case, are never actually needed. Old bank statements. You probably already have digital copies. Instruction manuals for appliances you no longer own. They're only taking up space. Expired coupons, junk mail, outdated newsletters. They all carry a silent weight that clutters not just your home, but your mind. Decluttering paper doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small. Choose one drawer or one pile. Ask yourself, when was the last time I needed this? Can I access it online if I ever do? Keep only what's truly important. Legal documents, current medical records, essential tax forms, and organize them in a way that's easy to find. Everything else, shred it, recycle it, or let it go. Technology has made it easier than ever to go paper light. Scanning important documents and storing them digitally can not only free up space, but also make them easier to access in emergencies. And for daily mail, try sorting it as soon as it arrives. Toss the junk, respond to what matters, and avoid the dreaded paper mountain on your kitchen table. Nora shared that the biggest surprise wasn't how much she got rid of. It was how much calmer she felt afterward. Her desk was clear. Her mind, too. She knew exactly where things were, and the anxiety of, "Where did I put that?" vanished. That's the power of paper decluttering. So if you're surrounded by stacks of documents, drawers full of who knows what, or mail that never gets opened, now's the time. You're not just tidying up, you're making space for clarity, freedom, and ease. And that's a gift well worth giving yourself. Over the years, furniture has a way of multiplying. A chair inherited from a relative, a table that once fit your lifestyle, or a dresser that's been sitting in the corner for decades. We hold on to these things because they once had purpose. But what happens when they no longer do? Before you turn 70, it's time to ask, is your furniture serving you or simply surrounding you? Leo Brooks, 74, had lived in the same cozy house for nearly 4 decades. As the years passed, so did the number of chairs, end tables, and cabinets that crept into every room. At first, it gave his home a warm, lived-in feel. But as he aged, something shifted. Moving through his house became harder. Cleaning took longer. And when his granddaughter visited and tripped over a footstool tucked behind a recliner, Leo realized it was time for a change. He began by focusing on one room. That old armchair with the broken spring, gone. The massive entertainment center that hadn't held a TV in years, donated. The unused coffee table that blocked his path to the kitchen, removed. As each piece disappeared, Leo felt his space opening up, and with it his sense of peace. Old furniture can be deceptively stressful. A drawer that sticks every time you open it, a cabinet that's too heavy to move, a table that no longer fits your life. These aren't just annoyances. They're silent sources of tension that add friction to your daily routine. And if they make your home harder to navigate, they can even become safety hazards as you get older. The truth is, you don't need a house full of furniture to make it feel like home. In fact, having fewer pieces, the ones you truly use and enjoy, makes your space more comfortable and welcoming. Think about your current layout. Are there pieces that no one uses? Items that only gather dust? Objects you keep out of habit, not happiness? Letting go of old furniture doesn't mean you're erasing the memories tied to them. It means you're choosing comfort and functionality in this chapter of life. You can always keep one or two meaningful pieces. A rocking chair, a nightstand, a table passed down through generations. But if something only adds clutter or blocks your way, it might be time to say goodbye. Leo says the biggest change wasn't just in his home, but in how he felt. He moved more freely. Cleaning became easier. Hosting guests felt less stressful. And for the first time in years, his living room felt spacious again. Not because he added anything, but because he let things go. So walk through your home with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, do I still use this? Does this still fit the life I want? If not, consider releasing it. Because at this stage in life, a home that's easy to live in is far more valuable than a room full of furniture no one touches. The kitchen is often called the heart of the home. But when that heart is cluttered with unused gadgets, expired spices, and tools you forgot you even owned, it can quickly become a source of stress instead of comfort. As we get older, simplifying the kitchen isn't just about organization. It's about making daily life easier, safer, and more enjoyable. Emma Collins, 76, loved cooking for her family. Over the years, she'd collected every kind of kitchen gadget imaginable: slow cookers, waffle irons, citrus zesters, even a pasta machine she only used once. Her cabinets were overflowing, her drawers stuffed with utensils, and her pantry filled with duplicates and expired goods. Eventually, it got to the point where finding a single measuring cup required moving half a drawer's worth of clutter. One day, after knocking over a stack of rarely used baking pans while reaching for a saucepan, Emma had enough. She took a deep breath, pulled everything out of her cabinets, and began sorting. Her rule was simple: if she hadn't used it in the past year, it was time to let it go. Duplicates. Gone. Appliances collecting dust. Donated. Cracked containers with no lids. Recycled. The result: a kitchen that finally made sense again. Here's the reality. Holding on to rarely used kitchen items doesn't make you a better cook. It just makes cooking harder. Cluttered counters make meal prep frustrating. Jammed drawers slow you down, and crowded shelves create chaos instead of calm. Start by tackling one section at a time. Open a drawer or cabinet and ask yourself, when did I last use this? Do I really need 3 bottle openers or 5 ladles? If it's something you're saving, just in case, consider whether that case has ever actually come. Most of us cook with the same handful of tools and pots again and again, and the rest just takes up space. Emma was amazed at the difference. Cooking became quicker, cleaning was easier, and she felt more motivated to spend time in the kitchen because it no longer felt like a burden. She even found joy in rediscovering the tools she truly loved. A sturdy cutting board, her favorite cast iron skillet, a mug that made her smile every morning. Remember, your kitchen should work for you, not the other way around. A streamlined, functional space doesn't require fancy appliances or dozens of gadgets. It just needs the essentials that match your lifestyle today. So take a look around. Open that drawer you avoid. Sort through your pantry. Let go of the items that are more hassle than help. Because when your kitchen is clear, your cooking and your life becomes more enjoyable, more peaceful, and more you. We all have them. Those clothes tucked in the back of the closet that we haven't worn in years. Maybe it's a jacket that no longer fits, a formal outfit from a long past occasion, or shoes that look great but hurt with every step. As we age, these items quietly take up space and decision-making energy we could use elsewhere. Letting them go isn't about losing your past. It's about embracing who you are today. Ruby Lane, age 72, had always loved fashion. Over the years, her closet filled up with pieces from every stage of life: tailored suits from her working years, cocktail dresses from weddings, and a surprising number of scarves she hadn't touched in a decade. Despite having a wardrobe packed full, she found herself wearing the same 5 or 6 outfits every week. Every morning felt frustrating. She'd stare at the hangers, sifting through what felt like a museum of memories, and still struggled to choose something to wear. One weekend, she decided to make a change. She pulled everything out and made 3 piles, what she loved and wore often, what didn't fit or wasn't comfortable, and what she was keeping, just in case. That last pile was the toughest. It was full of emotions, not just fabric. But as Ruby let go of those just-in-case items, the pants 2 sizes too small, the blazer from a job she'd retired from 15 years ago, something shifted. Her closet got lighter, and so did her mornings. Getting dressed became quicker, simpler, and even joyful again. Here's the key: your closet should reflect your life now. Not who you were 10, 20, or 40 years ago, but who you are today and how you live each day. Clothes that don't fit, don't feel good, or don't suit your lifestyle aren't helping you. They're holding you back. Start your own wardrobe refresh by asking some simple questions. Does this fit comfortably? Do I feel confident when I wear it? Have I worn it in the past year? If the answer is no, it may be time to pass it on. And the beautiful part, the clothes you no longer wear could bring joy to someone else, whether through donation, gifting, or resale. Ruby now says her mornings feel calmer. Her closet is a space of clarity, not confusion. And rather than feeling like she's lost something, she feels like she's gained something far more valuable: ease. At this stage in life, we deserve clothes that work for us, not ones we have to work around. So if your closet is overflowing, but you feel like you have nothing to wear, maybe it's time to simplify. Because when you wear what you love, and love what you wear, every day starts on a better note. There's a place in every home that seems to gather forgotten items. The bathroom cabinet, hidden behind mirrored doors and under sinks. It's often packed with half-used bottles, expired prescriptions, and products long past their prime. But while these items might seem harmless, keeping them around can actually be a risk, both to your health and your peace of mind. Cole Harrison, 75, prided himself on maintaining a neat home. But one afternoon, while searching for a bandage, he opened his medicine cabinet and found it overflowing with old pill bottles, faded labels, and dusty containers he hadn't touched in years. Some medications had expired a decade ago. Others were prescribed for conditions he no longer had, and tucked behind the rows of pills were skin creams and lotions that had separated, discolored, or dried out. It was then that Cole realized what he thought was just storage was actually clutter. Not only that, but some of it could be dangerous. Medications expire for a reason. Over time, they lose their effectiveness, and in some cases can even cause harm. Holding on to old prescriptions, just in case, might seem like a cautious choice, but it can lead to confusion, accidental misuse, or delays in getting the proper, updated treatment you actually need. Toiletries, too, come with a shelf life. Lotions, sunscreens, ointments, and cosmetics can break down over time. Using them past their prime can lead to skin irritation, infections, or simply disappointment when they don't work like they used to. If it smells off, looks odd, or you haven't touched it in over a year, it probably doesn't belong in your cabinet anymore. Cole decided to take control. He cleared a space on his counter, emptied out every drawer and shelf, and checked the expiration date on every single item. Medications that were outdated were safely disposed of at his local pharmacy. Toiletries he no longer used were tossed. What remained was a small, curated collection of things he actually needed and could trust. The result: his bathroom felt more spacious, cleaner, and most of all, safer. And perhaps more importantly, Cole no longer had to dig through clutter to find what mattered. You can do the same. Choose one shelf or drawer. Look at the labels. Ask yourself, do I still need this? Has it expired? Is it something I actually use? Keep what serves you now. Let go of what doesn't. Decluttering your medications and toiletries isn't about being wasteful. It's about being wise. It's about honoring your health, simplifying your routine, and creating a space where everything is there for a reason. Because at this stage in life, Your home should support your well-being, not quietly undermine it. Some of the hardest things to let go of are not the biggest or the most expensive. They're the most emotional. A handwritten letter from a loved one, a souvenir from a special trip, a box of childhood artwork from your kids. These items carry stories, and because of that, we often keep them long after they've stopped playing an active role in our lives. But before turning 70, it's worth asking, are these sentimental objects bringing me joy, or quietly weighing me down? Grace Rivers, 78, had always been the memory keeper of her family. Over the years, she saved everything. Photo albums, greeting cards, handmade crafts, even ticket stubs and trinkets from vacations decades ago. Her garage was filled with boxes labeled memories, most of which she hadn't opened in years. When she downsized to a smaller home, the reality hit her. She couldn't take it all with her. At first, the idea of letting go felt like betrayal. What if she forgot the people, the moments, the meaning behind the items? But then Grace made a gentle shift in her mindset. She realized that the memories didn't live in the objects. They lived in her heart. She began sorting through each box with care, selecting only the items that made her smile or brought her a sense of peace. Her wedding album, a keeper. A few letters from her parents, absolutely. But the 37 birthday cards from the 90s, she read them one last time, then let them go. She even took photos of some keepsakes before parting with them. A beautiful way to preserve the memory without holding on to the clutter. Letting go of sentimental clutter isn't about forgetting the past. It's about honoring it, and then making space for your present. Too often, we feel guilt when parting with gifts, inherited objects, or childhood mementos. But ask yourself, am I keeping this out of love or out of obligation? Does this item still add beauty or meaning to my life? Grace said that as she pared down, she felt lighter, not just physically, but emotionally. Her new home felt calm and meaningful, surrounded by only the items that truly mattered. She wasn't overwhelmed by boxes of the past. Instead, she was surrounded by reminders of love, curated with intention. So if your closets, shelves, or storage spaces are filled with sentimental objects, take time to reflect. Keep what truly speaks to your heart. Let go of what no longer serves you, and trust that memories can live on, even if the object doesn't. At this stage in life, the most meaningful possessions are the ones that bring peace, not pressure, joy, not guilt. And when you fill your home with things that reflect who you are today, you make space for new moments, deeper connections, and the freedom to live fully in the present. As we wrap up this journey through the 6 household items that quietly weigh us down, one thing becomes clear. Decluttering isn't about getting rid of stuff. It's about choosing what truly supports the life you want to live, especially as you enter a new, meaningful chapter. From outdated paperwork to unused kitchen gadgets, from forgotten clothing to sentimental keepsakes, each item you let go of opens up more than just physical space. It creates room for clarity, calm, and comfort. A lighter home is easier to move through, easier to care for, and more in tune with who you are today. This isn't about erasing your past. It's about honoring it, then releasing what no longer fits so you can focus on what matters most. You deserve a space that brings you peace, not pressure. One that helps you feel free, not frustrated. So take a moment to reflect which area of your home or your life feels the heaviest. Which items have stayed out of guilt or habit, not genuine need. Start there. Start small. And trust that each step toward simplicity is a step toward greater ease and joy. You're not just decluttering. You're creating space for better days ahead. If this message resonated with you, we'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one thing you're ready to let go of, and one thing you're excited to keep. Your story could inspire someone else to begin their own journey toward a more peaceful, purposeful home.